Alright, All Pro Football 2K8. I'm going to talk about why I think All Pro Football's method of creating players is far and away better than Madden's way of rating players numerically on a scale of 1 to 100. And even though I'm going to show you an example with a wide receiver, I think maybe the best way to describe it is using Barry Sanders, even though he was a halfback. I'm sure all of you know that. But let's be honest. Halfbacks have came into the league that are stronger, that are faster, that are more agile than Barry Sanders was. What set Barry Sanders apart was the skill sets he had, was the ability to make moves that seemingly defied gravity. To me, that's not something you can put in a numerical form. I mean, if we're going to make Barry Sanders, which EA did this year, do you really give him 100 agility, 100 speed, 100 vision, 100 awareness, 100 evasive? Does that give him the ability to make the moves that Barry Sanders made in the NFL? I don't think it does. So, to look at that more commonly now, in the form of wide receivers, I think every NFL team drafts the same prototype for a wide receiver. They're obviously at the combine all measured the same way. You look at a 40 time, you look at a cone drill, you look at a catching drill. Most teams go for a fast, agile guy that can catch. So in that aspect, most NFL receivers have the same skills when you measure them. What makes players like Steve Smith or Andre Johnson or Reggie Wayne, Randy Moss different is the skill sets they have. And it has nothing to do with the fact that maybe they're a little faster. Maybe they're a little more agile than the next guy. In this example, I'm going to play this at speed. We're going to just take a look at the interactions between Reggie Wayne and Lem Barney. And we're going to play this at speed. And I'll come out right now and say it. Reggie Wayne is a little slower than Lem Barney. And it shows itself in this play, but that's just how I made Reggie Wayne. So we're going to take a look at this slowed down now that you've seen it at speed. We're going to take a look at the interactions between these two. First of all, you can see Reggie comes off the line and gets jammed, gets position on Lem Barney. Now, you can see in this game, very seldom, but at times, defensive backs will make a cut before a receiver. This is not one of those times. You see Reggie sits down on his route, Lem had his head turned, and now he'll react to the route. Now they're going to run across the field. Before I get into this catch, this game has something very similar to Madden in maximum passing where you can really lead a ball. I was leading this ball as far away from Reggie as I could. And what I did is I took control of Reggie and I manually caught it. And in the process of doing all that, I flicked the stick back to the left so that when Reggie caught the ball, he would instantly make a cut to the opposite direction. And again, we're not talking about a numerical system. We're talking about when I built Reggie Wayne, I gave him the ability to make cuts like this to replicate how I felt Reggie Wayne plays in real life. It's not about a numerical rating. It's about him having animations and being able to use them in this game that other receivers don't have. Because as I've said multiple times in videos, it's not about numerical ratings. It's about triggering the right animations. Ultimately, that's what all these games, even Backbreaker, will come down to. Backbreaker's Euphoria only, I believe, allows for tackling to be freelance. There still has to be throwing and catching animations. So in this game, I still think you're going to see a very superior system when it comes down to replicating players. So now that I've told you what I've done to execute this move, we're going to take a look at this catch. And again, very little motion shift on any of this. Now, in Madden, a lot of times, you would see Reggie Wayne and Lem Barney kind of motion shift together to make a tackle. That's not the case in this game. And that's not just the case in this game because that's what happens in this example. I can tell you by playing over 250 games, very seldom does any motion shifting like that happen to end a play. Now, we're going to take a look at speed, agility, coming into play in the form of animations, not in the form of numbers. As I said, Reggie Wayne has quick feet, so it allows him to make a cut like this. And this is, again, nothing more than an animation. But building my player has allowed him to have certain animations that other players don't, and in this case, Lem Barney can't deal with this animation. So you see, here's the cut. Again, very little motion shifting. Lem Barney turns around, has his head turned, and gets ran out of the play because he doesn't know the cut Reggie's going to make, and he can't make the cut Reggie made as fast. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even have that animation in his character build. He couldn't use it if he wanted to. So you see what has to happen is he has to turn around and do a separate animation, but both players have to pick speed up again. And as I said, Lem Barney is a little faster than Reggie Wayne. He ultimately makes the tackle. But the 5 extra yards I gained in this, to me, were based on nothing but realism. So I'll do this one time in slow motion, take a look at it, and then I'll leave it at that. I apologize to you guys. I have been a little behind making videos, but I will have new videos up. I am not going to stop making videos. Little motion shift on the tackle, but I can deal with it because, again, I understand why it happened. Lem Barney was faster. So thank you guys for watching. And like I said, don't worry. I will be putting up new videos. Just might be a week or so sometimes, downtime. But thank you guys for watching. Rate, subscribe, whatever you want to do.